Hello and welcome to Box. Did you know Spikasaurus was originally meant to be in Series 3 of Robots? Well, it was. It was going to be a participant in Tag Team Terror. The event got cancelled due to a behind the scenes accident. And this Spikasaurus, a green boxy spikebot, painted to look like a dinosaur, made his debut in Series 4 instead, first appearing in the pinball in Heat C. Spikasaurus also had roll bars, so it gets stuck upside down, and FUBAR written on the inside, short for fouled up beyond all recognition. Spikasaurus started off by knocking a few barrels over before trying to hit a 50-point target. Charlotte Bash disagreed with the idea of Spikasaurus hitting a target, so Spikasaurus went for the multiple release and failed. They did go through the carved door, and they tried to go for another target, but they hit it a few seconds too late. They got 40 points and came to last the till of the drum. Spikasaurus made its battle debut in Heat J, where it drew Flipper Bulldog Breed and 30th seeded Spikebot Stinger. Spikasaurus went searching for a target early on, but got flipped by Bulldog Breed 2 in the process. Luckily, Spikasaurus just rolled over and landed on its wheels and drove away. It drove away into street. It got out quickly, deciding the thing to do would be to skewer Stinger. Yes, that is the right thing to do in this circumstance. Skewer Stinger. After all, Stinger's aerial was in its front wheels. Well, tires, specifically. It drove off when Stinger tried to attack it and rammed Bulldog Breed 2 instead. After wisely getting away from Shunta for a second time, Spikasaurus focused its energies on the 30th seed. Stinger, however, preferred to focus on Bulldog Breed 2. Spikasaurus got out of the way. It was vulnerable to Bulldog Breed 2. A bit like rock, paper, scissors, this. Right? Bulldog Breed 2 caught up with Spikasaurus, managing to flip the spikebot over, but Spikasaurus landed on its wheels. So Bulldog Breed chose to annoy Spikasaurus. Spikasaurus escaped Shunt again before going after Stinger, but deflected off Stinger and skewered the wall, Randall. Dead Metal rescued Spikasaurus without damaging it, and it re-entered the fray but ultimately ended up too close to Shunt. And this time, Bulldog Breed 2 wasn't keen on letting Spikasaurus escape. But Spikasaurus still escaped and went out of focus, whilst Bulldog Breed 2 got stuck with Shunt. Bulldog Breed 2 got out and flipped Spikasaurus one last time before the judges were called in because time ran out. Spikasaurus was the one who went out of the fight. Spikasaurus returned for the Northern Annihilator, where it faced Stinger. Tracked Lifter struck Axebot's suicidal tendencies, Axebot's killer hits and Dominator 2, and Flipper Chaos 2. Prepare for carnage for the audience. Spikasaurus quickly found it was the target of a killer hits attack, so it ran away from the ensuing 5-bot pileup. Killer hits also left the fray, so it was a 4-bot pileup. Escape all Shunt all you like, Spikasaurus, but there's no escaping the axe of killer hits. Actually, there was escaping the axe of killer hits, but it didn't last. Suicidal tendencies also rocked up to annoy the spikebot. Lovely. Spikasaurus gained some holes. Lucky Chaos 2 came along and rescued Spikasaurus then, isn't it? Killer Hurt still kept axing Spikasaurus, managing to get its axe stuck somehow, so Spikasaurus tried to get free. So Dominator 2 rescued them. It's nice. That got kilohertz knocked over, so Spikasaurus rammed kilohertz and righted it. So Spikasaurus went out of focus, really. To be fair, almost everyone went out of focus, the focus ending up being on kilohertz and chaos 2. Spikasaurus got locked in unholy robot matrimony with suicidal tendencies. Dominator 2 axed Spikasaurus before focusing on chaos 2, which took quite an axing. A fatal axing. Chaos 2 went out. So, it's right. Spikasaurus, not Chaos 2, it was no longer fighting in this Annihilator because it was eaten. Spikasaurus went after Dominator 2 and then Kilohertz. It rammed suicidal tendencies before shoving Kilohertz again. Kilohertz then axed Spikasaurus, so Dominator 2 rocked up and axed Kilohertz. Kilohertz let go, so Spikasaurus ran off so it could get enough speed to send Kilohertz straight to Sergeant Bash. Spikasaurus then went out of focus again. It annoyed a poorly Stinger. When cease was called, Dominator 2 axed Spikasaurus again. Stinger went out, and it may have been Spikasaurus that did the damage to Stinger. So, next fight. Spikasaurus chose to target Kilohertz Dominator 2 and ran both at the same time. Then Spikasaurus went after suicidal tendencies and the two got locked in unholy robot matrimony again. Spikasaurus rammed suicidal tendencies into a wall, which actually released the jackpot. Soon afterwards, Spikasaurus rammed Kilohertz and took it for a spin. Got Kilohertz good and dizzy. Suicidal tendencies ended. Well, Dominator 2 was the next target. Thought it helped Dominator 2 roast Kilohertz on the flame pit. Kilohertz got free. Suicidal tendencies, however, had quietly died. It went out. So that left Spikasaurus with two Axebots. Spikasaurus got out of the way of the two Axebots because they were trying to take each other out, and you don't want to be in the crossfire when that happens. Dominator 2 took out Kilohertz's CO2 supply, and with it Kilohertz's axe. So Spikasaurus rammed Dominator 2, of course. So Kilolot it then skewered. Sorry, got ahead of myself. It then skewered Kilohertz. Dominator 2 sent both robots to Sir Kilolot. Sir Kilolot separated Kilohertz and Spikasaurus. Spikasaurus managing to keep its spikes but end up with a crumpled face. Before Kilohertz slammed itself into an arena wall. It was ever so very done and ever so very out. So that meant Spikasaurus were in a final, but very much the underdogs against Dominator 2. And as it had a roasting from Sir Kilolot, they needed repairs as well. Spikasaurus' tactic was to lead Dominator 2 on a merry dance around the arena just to try and avoid getting axed. They still got axed and got sent to Dead Metal, and stuck to a wall to boot. Dead Metal focused on Dominator 2, which had strayed too close. Spikasaurus got free, and resumed the merry dance, Dominator 2 now missing with its axe blows, until they hit a lot. Even Shunt finally managed to get an axe blow in on Spikasaurus. Then the axe of Dominator 2 suddenly stopped, along with the rest of Dominator 2. Spikasaurus moved just to prove it was still alive. Dominator 2 was left at the house robots. It flew Airflow Flipper and got pitted. So Spikasaurus won the Northern Annihilator, much to the team's surprise. I'd say that is worthy of an OE of Little Faith award. But champions they were, so my ear is actually whistling now. Public service announcements, kids. Don't let off a party popper right next to your ear. Oof. Anyway, Spikasaurus never returned, but they did leave as champions. Spikasaurus was a robot that could not get killed, and all the Alexes in the Annihilate tried their best. It was a survivor, and whilst that was not rewarded with a match win in the main series, it was rewarded with a trophy in the Annihilator. With only 7 fights, they made their mark. They were champions. They went down with they never went down without a fight. And they picked fights with robots they were vulnerable to. That takes some guts. Anyway, it is now time to pray to Taiki. Taiki, please be kind. Let's see who we've got next week. And if my ear will ever stop ringing. So, this one. Have we here? Oh my good God! It's Donald Thump. I think I've got the perfect colour for the sleep. Until next time, Carlson244 out.